Hello and welcome back to Pass a Turn. This is just a quick video about Resident Evil 3, the board game, which I've just backed. As you can see here in the top left corner, I have backed this project on Kickstarter. So this is a game by Steam Forged Games, the masterminds behind the Dark Souls card game and Dark Souls board game. They've made a couple of games based on board games now. They've made Devil May Cry. What else have they made? Let me just click on them. Website steamforge.com. Let's have a look. What other games have they made? I know they've made a few. Guild Ball. Resident Evil 2, of course. Resident Evil 2 was another game they've made. Although I didn't back Resident Evil 2 because it didn't really appeal to me that much as this one did. Resident Evil 3 was one of the Resident Evil games that I played a lot of back in the day, because it had once you completed it, there was a mercenaries scenario, which I'll get into in a minute when it comes to the board game format. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 was the one that I kept on playing because it was more open world, and they're claiming that this game is open world as well. But yeah, Resident Evil 3, I definitely did back it. So let's go back to the Kickstarter page. Resident Evil 3, the board game, so it's a solo or cooperative survival horror board game for 1 to 4 players. There is a late pledge available for those who missed it, but I don't think the late pledge will include the stretch goals, maybe? I'm not sure, but doesn't matter to me because I did it. I backed it, baby. So 7,489 backers pledged £865,000 to help bring this project to life. And that was updated today. The campaign ended today. So there you go. Look, campaign complete. Our last escape is over. We did it, survivors. Together, we faced everything Raccoon City could throw at us and made our last escape. Now, because of every single one of you, Resident Evil 3, the board game, will come to life. So it is a thing. It will be delivered by Steam Forged Games. Project funds successfully, that's good. So everyone who pledged their respective pledges have had their respective credit or debit cards credited, or not credited, or whatever the word is for it. They've had their money taken, basically. So yeah, the Resident Evil board game has completed, and it's going to be exciting. I'm going to go onto the campaign now and show you what. So I selected the Stars pledge, so £65. Shipping is not included. That comes with when they actually decide to ship the game, because it's based on location. But this includes the Resident Evil 3, the board game, obviously, an exclusive Stars Jill Valentine miniature. So very much like the actual game, you can unlock different costumes as the Kickstarter campaign progresses, and that's pretty much what this is, I believe. Kickstarter edition box art. So obviously you get an exclusive box for obviously backing the game in its Kickstarter status. So you get that Resident Evil board game Kickstarter edition. Obviously that comes with all the unlocked stretch goals as well. So I'm going to go through what sort of stuff you get on this and what the mechanics are and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, you can click here to sign up for a late pledge. Maybe you do get the Kickstarter edition if you do a late pledge, who knows. But yeah, look at the board state, it looks quite good. So you've got an overworld map here, and then you've got like a scenario map for each different scenario, I believe. And you've got some miniatures there as well. You've got Nemesis in Form 1 and 2, so that's interesting. So let me just scroll down. Age 14 plus, 1 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes. True survival horror returns to tabletop in this spine-tingling campaign game that will have you sleeping with the lights on. Bold claim. Based on Capcom's classic Resident Evil 3 Nemesis video game, Resident Evil 3 the board game is a cooperative campaign game for 1 to 4 players. So, I played the demo for the new Resident Evil 3 remake. I haven't actually bought the game, because I don't really believe in video games remaking old classics like Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 now. What's the point? Just make a new game. Make a fresh game. I know they're trying to monetize nostalgia right now, and hence why the board game has grabbed people like me, because I like the board game representation of all these things, but they're not trying to copy the game. They're not trying to basically paste the old video game onto a board game. They're making a board game out of the video game, basically. So it's completely different. But yeah, so there's a nice little spinning representation of the miniatures that you can expect. Look pretty cool. Look awesome, to be fair. Jill's in a classic jump around the waist outfit, and then you've got the 3 mercenaries, Nikolai, Nikolai, what's the other guy's name? Nikolai, Carlos, and you'll see it in a bit down the bottom there. Mikhail, Nikolai, Mikhail, and Carlos, I believe. So yeah, exploring Raccoon City as an open world, you'll need to work together to search for items and make meaningful choices on how to progress. So as you can see in the box, you get quite a lot of stuff. There are different pledge levels, like here is the S rank all-in pledge for 205 quid. That includes the Kickstarter stretch goals and the board game, along with the City of Ruin expansion, a dice pack, a retro pack, Raccoon City additional Kickstarter tiles, a terrain pack, and an additional monster box. So, I mean, if you've got loads of money to spend and Resident Evil 3 is your jam, then yeah, definitely you get loads of stuff with that, which will improve the aesthetics of the game, as well as give you an exclusive box art, which is basically the old PlayStation CD box art on the actual box, which is quite cool. And then a dice pack as well, which looks like a T-Virus thing. All in pledge 170. So I'm not quite sure what the difference is between the two there. All in pledge doesn't include the City of Ruin. What was that missing then? Tiles? No, tiles are in there. Oh, S rank finish. So S rank finish is like a paint job, basically, I believe. I could be wrong. Stars pledge is obviously what I chose, £65. So that's the whole board game and the stretch goals as well, and the special Jill Valentine Kickstarter exclusive. And we've also got 2 other things as well. We got Jill Valentine in her Stars outfit, we got Jill Valentine in a biker outfit, and we got Jill Valentine in a disco outfit. So yeah, very much like the game, you can unlock different outfits, and that's what they've chose to unlock for you here for having 2,500 followers, 2,500 backers, etc. So yeah, so all the unlocked stretch goals. So this is how the campaign progressed. I'm going to go through it now. So the first thing that you have is new game mode, survival horror. So that's probably a harder game mode, or maybe more based on surviving rather than combat. But I think there's a description in the box below after this, so I'll have a look afterwards. Hard mode. So hard mode was unlocked as well. Oh wait, no. So the first thing that was unlocked was Tyrell Patrick. So Tyrell Patrick is a character. So that was unlocked, different character. Then the survival game, survival horror mode was unlocked. Then the pledge added crow miniatures. So when you used to get attacked by crows in Resident Evil, they've added those as enemies as a second stretch goal. Third stretch goal was Murphy, another character, as you can see there, represented by his miniature. Then we unlocked hard mode. So God knows what that will be. Then we unlocked giant spiders. So giant spiders used to be the bane of my game. I used to hate seeing those in the sewers. Absolutely used to hate it. It was like, oh God, bloody spiders again. Oh, they were stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Then we unlocked Marvin Branner, which is a police officer, RPD, I believe. Then we unlocked extra narrative cards. So narrative cards are like the QuickTime events that are represented in the game. The first QuickTime event that you actually come across in the game was either to fight Nemesis or run from the monster when he kills Brad, basically by getting that tentacle through his mouth. That's the first QuickTime event that you that you have in the video game, and I think these narrative cards give you a choice of either having option A, option B, and obviously it will sculpt the campaign or sculpt the nature of the game that you're playing, which is quite cool. So yeah, extra narrative cards are added. Strange creature eats brain, so you got a brain sucker miniature here. So brain sucker was added to the Kickstarter. Then we got aforementioned Brad Vickers, last seen leaving Black Back Bar. Does that say Black Zack Bar? So he was last seen there, and that's obviously relating to the video game where Jill meets him in the bar, and then he's like, "Hey, it's coming for all of us. It's coming for all of us." And of course, he's mentioning the big bad nemesis. After Brad was unlocked, we unlocked new game mode, Mad Jackal. Now, Mad Jackal is what I used to play loads of. Mad Jackal basically was the Mercenaries minigame after the story had been completed, where you were given a objective to get from point A to point B in a certain amount of time, and the only way you could sort of add to that timer was by killing enemies or finding survivors or finding different locations and stuff. So Mad Jackal mode will probably be like a time trial, what do you call it? A time trial mode, basically, where you have to get from one end of the city to the other, and in a certain amount of time. But that time can be altered by killing things and finding things. So that'll be an interesting game mode, and that's one of the game modes I used to absolutely love, was Mad Jackal. We used to play it all the time. You could either be Jill. No, you couldn't be Jill. You could be one of the three mercenaries. You could be Carlos, Mikhail, or Nikolai. Carlos was pretty good. He had like an assault rifle and a handgun, I believe, like a multiple shot handgun. Mikhail was ridiculous. He had like a shotgun, a bazooka, I believe, as well. Did he have a bazooka, Mikhail? And then Nikolai was absolute madman. He literally just had a pistol and a knife. If you killed enemies with the knife, you got loads of time back because it was the most challenging thing to do. So yeah, Mad Jackal mode will be quite interesting to see how that turns out on the actual board game. Then we unlocked Dario Rosso, so that's the first character you meet as when you're playing Jill in the game, who locks himself inside of a container, and he's like, "Just leave me alone. I'm not going anywhere." It's like one of the first scenes in the game after you escape the zombies in the fire in the apartment. Next stretch goal was special events gameplay and rulebook upgrade. So I don't know what that is. That's a sad excuse for a stretch goal. Special events gameplay and rulebook upgrade. Don't know what that is. Then we unlocked another giant spider miniature. Great, more spiders, just what we like. Then we unlocked Barry Burton as a character. So another character you can be there. Then we unlocked another brain sucker miniature, so more miniatures the better. Then we unlocked advanced Jill Valentine. So I'm not sure what these advanced things do, really. I could have read it, but I don't really know what they do. Advanced Jill, advanced Carlos. I think maybe they're upgraded characters, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we unlocked advanced Jill, advanced Carlos, advanced Mikhail, advanced Nikolai, and yeah, Mikhail has got a rocket launcher in this particular miniature, so I guess these are just upgraded or leveled up characters, maybe for a harder game mode or something like that. Then we unlocked epilogue cards. So epilogue is the part that comes after a story, isn't it? An epilogue, or is that prologue? Prologue is before story, epilogue is after. So epilogue maybe changes the way that the campaign progresses as you complete scenarios, maybe? I don't know. And then we unlocked a box organisation tray from Game Trays. So Game Trays are a company that do inserts for games, and I believe that they're just going to be using a Game Trays branded box with this game. Then we unlocked advanced Barry Burton. So again, a more upgraded character. Then we unlocked some other stuff. We unlocked new game mode, Nightmare mode, and then we unlocked Arrange mode, and then we unlocked Knife Only mode, Sounds hard. Then we unlocked Helicopter Battle Narrative card. And then we unlocked Advanced Tyrell Patrick. And that is it. That's the stretch goals. So all those things there are the stretch goals that we unlocked as we progressed through. So it'll be interesting to see what actual value they add to the game, or whether they were just little afterthoughts, basically. We'll see. So it says here, learn more about these stretch goals. So you can, if you want, you can go onto the Kickstarter and click on these. It tells you what the notes are from the particular update. For instance, survival horror mode. Well, it's supposed to say more about it, but it doesn't. Okay. But then there's obviously the stuff that you can add on to your pledge. So you've got Raccoon City Kickstarter tiles. So you get those free if you backed the Resident Evil 2 game that they did. I didn't, so I would have to pay £8 extra for 20 tiles. So I'm not sure what value these might be. Adding 20 tiles to the game, does it need an additional 20 tiles? This is what I don't get, you see, with Kickstarter. Is they sell you the game, which is great, it looked awesome, which is why I backed it, but then they also give you optional extras which then cost more to add on, and yet they make you feel like you need them because there wasn't enough in the actual base game to begin with, which is annoying. It's one of the things that annoys me about Kickstarter. But yeah, 20 extra tiles, do you need them? Probably not, but we're only going to know that when we open the box. So that's why they do it. We don't know how many tiles there's going to be, or what the replayability is going to be without those additional 20 tiles. But for £8, might be worth doing, just in case. But yeah, we'll see. Retro pack. This is 20 quid extra. Literally just changes the box art as well as some character cards and the aesthetic of the game, so it makes it look like you're playing the PlayStation game, which is not worth 20 quid, I don't think. So I don't know why they. If you want to make it look like the PlayStation game, you play a PlayStation game, don't you? So I don't see why you'd pay for that. Dice pack, it's quite nice, £10 for a dice pack, but there should be dice in the box, in the actual box, shouldn't there? So are they portraying to us that there's not going to be enough dice in the box, so you have to buy an additional dice pack for $10 or 10 quid, or are they specialised dice with a specialised container? So we actually do get these dice in the actual game, but what they're saying is you get an additional set of dice with this T-virus looking thing on it. So yeah, I don't know why we would need an extra set of dice just for the fact of putting it in a capsule-like container. But again, there's going to be a set of dice in the box. There cannot be not a set of dice in the box. But you know, I don't know why they do that. Extra dice, okay? Just pass them around the table. Unless one of you's got the T-virus, then don't. This next one, City of Ruin, is an expansion. Now, this is another thing that annoys me about Kickstarter, is why are you releasing an expansion when you haven't even released the game yet? Just release it all at once. Well, and maybe extract more money from people from the get-go. It just annoys people like me. I'm probably not going to get the City of Ruin expansion because of the sheer fact that they decided to say, here's the game, here's the Resident Evil game. What we're going to do is we're going to charge you £65 for it. Great, fine, yep, good value with all the stretch goals. But then what we're also going to do is we're going to add on a City of Ruin expansion as well for an additional £32, and that will allow you to fight Nemesis in his final form. Instead of him just chasing you around the city, you actually get access to Nemesis's final form in the City of Ruin. You don't get that in the Kickstarter pledge, Stars pledge. You don't get to fight Nemesis in his final form. You have to buy additional extras to fight him in his final form. His final form is garbage, by the way. You don't want to fight him in his final form. It's just a big hulking mess. In the video game, at least, the tension and the real game came from when he was chasing you around the city. That was the real experience. So don't worry about City of Ruin if you have loads of money, then by all means get City of Ruin. But if you want to have just a Nemesis experience of him chasing you around the city, I imagine that's what the game's going to be, the actual game, not City of Ruin. City of Ruin is just a bit of a cash grab. Terrain pack. If you want the game to be aesthetically pleasing, then yeah, buy all these staircases and doors and barrels, dead corpses. There's a loot treasure there as well. It says on the thing what you get: 16 doors, 10 walls, 10 corpses, 8 archways, 8 barricades, 5 ink ribbons, 3 barrels, 3 typewriters, 6 stairs, and 1 item box. So if you want the game to look awesome, then by all means get this, because it's got extra miniatures and stuff in it, and it'll give you more of a 3D popping aesthetic to the game. I can't afford 40 quid for a bunch of plastic, so I'm not going to bother with that. But there's an additional monster box, £18, which includes 15 more zombies, 4 zombie dogs, and 2 drain demos, whatever they are, the brain sucker things. Again, this worries me. If there should be enough monsters in the base game to play the base game, right? So why would you need another monster box? Why would you need another one? That's what I mean. It makes people think, doesn't it? Is it a marketing strategy? Oh, there's a monster box. Is there enough? Do I have enough monsters in the base game, or do I need to buy another one for £18? Interesting strategy. But I'm not going to get a monster box because I have full faith that in the Stars Pledge, it comes with enough monsters to play the fucking game. Of course, you can pay an additional £65 if you want an additional Stars Pledge. Includes an additional set of stretch goals. So if you want to pay exactly the same price for another game with additional set of stretch goals, you can of course do that if you really want to. But yeah, interesting. Raccoon City Kickstarter tiles. Let me just have a look at these, see if it says any information on that. There's more ground to cover in the Raccoon City Kickstarter tiles, which are free for anyone who backed the Resident Evil 2 the board game Kickstarter campaign. For £10, for $10, £8, this add-on includes 20 new game tiles featuring remastered artwork of Raccoon City and the Raccoon City Police Department. For the full lowdown on the tiles, check out this blog. So cheeky though, isn't it? This add-on includes 20 new game tiles. They're not new because they haven't been released yet. The fucking base game hasn't been released yet. Why are you saying they're new? It's ridiculous. That's what I mean. It makes people think, who's pledged already, is there enough tiles in the base game, or do I need to buy these 20 new game tiles featuring remastered artwork of Raccoon City and Raccoon City Police Department? I'm going to check out this blog. What does this blog say about it? Reward for the Resident Evil 2 board game backers. We've got a huge thank you for the incredible Resident Evil board game community. All Resident Evil 2 the board game Kickstarter backers who pledge at stars level for Resident Evil 3 will receive a special set of Raccoon City Kickstarter tiles for free. And if you missed out on the Resident Evil 2 the board game but still want a set of Raccoon City tiles, don't worry, they'll be available as an add-on during the campaign. But why do we need to add on the tiles? Is there not enough tiles in the base game? Does the base game say how many tiles you get? Probably not. Does it say how many you get? What's this video? Is there a video here? Scenes of violence and gore. Okay. The monsters have taken over the city. Somehow, I'm still alive. This is my last chance. This is my last escape. Okay. This will mean though, I don't know how many tiles are in it. Explore Raccoon City as an open world. That's interesting. That's what I like as well, is that you can explore the city and you find a key that now opens the Raccoon City Police Department, so you can go into it, which is quite good. Still maintains the puzzle-solving nature of the games. Clock Tower. So the Clock Tower was where you fought Nemesis in his second form, when he had his tentacles coming out of him. That was an awesome fight. Manage your resources, survival horror. So you got these little narrative cards, so hide in the shadows or fight it, so similar to the game. So the time track basically of the game is this track here. So as you spend longer in the city, you're going to attract more zombies and different things are going to happen. So again, there is a timer on this, which is what every board game needs really, otherwise it'll just be on and on and on and on. I love how they use the actual Resident Evil music. They must have an awesome Capcom license. Nemesis will never be far behind. Stars. So yeah, that's that. Doesn't say what you get in the actual box though, I don't think. No. Doesn't say what you get in the actual... Oh yeah, it does. So in the actual box you get 4 player characters, 24 enemies, 208 cards, 21 game tiles, 78 tokens, 11 tracker dials, 62 terrain elements, 4 player health tracks, 6 dice, 1 dashboard, 1 rulebook, 1 scenario, plus all the stretch goals. Not too bad. 21 game tiles though. So you could have 41 game tiles if you buy the other game tiles as well. But 21 game tiles does seem like quite a lot. So I guess we're just gonna have to see, aren't we? I mean, £8 for a set of tiles, for £8 for 20 additional tiles is quite tempting. But it does ask the question: is there enough already? Is there enough tiles? 21 tiles does seem like quite a lot. But is the question. But yeah, that's what you get with the Resident Evil Stars pledge, which I pledged. You can still late pledge now. What happens if you click late pledge available? You still get all the unlocked stretch goals. All unlocked stretch goals for $79. So dollars to pounds. $79 is £64. So yeah, if you want to, yes please, redirect to the UK. £65 still, so you can still late pledge and get all the additional stretch goals if you wanted. But I don't think you'll get the social goals. Maybe, I'm not sure if you get those. All social goals and stretch goals. Yeah, so you don't get the social goals, I don't think. All social stretch goals. I'm not sure if you get that or not. You might do, but I could be wrong. But yeah, still late pledge available. If you're a fan of Resident Evil 3, it looks awesome. The open world system as well is what I'm looking forward to. I'm in the process of designing a game myself, so I'm just trying to immerse myself in more and more board games as much as I can at the moment, and designing things as much as I can. But yeah, so I was a massive fan of Resident Evil 3. Spent hours and hours and hours on it, and it's back in the day it was extremely scary playing it. Nemesis smashing through windows and chasing you with a massive rocket launcher, stars running after you, and if you were on your danger life bar and Nemesis grabbed you by the throat, you were dead and you knew it. But yeah, I was pretty glad I backed it. Unlocked quite a good load of stuff extra with it as well. A lot of extra characters by the looks of it, extra miniatures, extra game modes. So it looks like it's got a lot of support. Obviously it rose, how much did it raise? £865,000, which is quite a lot of money. So there's obviously a lot of support for the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what updates they come up with next, whether they delve into more mechanics or share other stuff with us, like print and plays, rule books. Would love to see it. There are videos as well that you can watch as well, but I think they're on YouTube, maybe. But yeah, that's the. I think that might be at the bottom actually as well. Yeah, so on the Kickstarter, you can go and have a look. I mean, I'm just recording this video because I wanted to go through the stretch goals and stuff, but you can have a look at all the additional stuff on here. It gives you a breakdown of characters, resources, exploration, evolution, tension, events, rulebook. Download the rulebook. There we go. I know what my reading activity is going to be for the next half an hour, 45 minutes before I go to bed. Online demo. You can try an online demo as well if you want. You've got videos here as well that you can watch. So I could have spent 2-3 hours talking about this game, but I just wanted to get my excitement out there for it, albeit a little bit of controversy with regards to how sometimes these companies run their Kickstarters with regards to fear of missing out content, additional things. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good game, I think. It's got Resident Evil 2 has got a lot of raving reviews, and I think this one appeals to me more because obviously it's set in the preferred game. I preferred Resident Evil 3 to Resident Evil 2, and it's touching on open world play as well. So I like the element of choice, the element of exploration. That is what draws me into a board game, is exploration, the feeling of being able to go anywhere at any time. Although there might be a bit of a timer, but you can still have that feeling of exploring to your own path and finding your own path through a game, which is what I really like. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. If you stuck right through to the end, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that little bell notification if you want to be notified of any future content. We do all sorts of stuff on here on Pass the Turn, but click the little bell notification and you'll be notified of all of our future stuff. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.